make this gluten-free and vegan potato bread French toast, start by placing 1 cup of unsweetened plant milk into a bowl. I used a combination of coconut and cashew milk by Elmhurst. I then added about 1 tablespoon of potato starch and about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I then added 1 teaspoon of ground flax seeds, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I then whisked all of these ingredients together. I started melting about 1 tablespoon of vegan butter in a large skillet over medium heat. I then started soaking my bread slices into the liquid mixture. I'm using the gluten-free and vegan potato bread that I made in a previous video about making gluten-free and vegan turkey. I'll leave a link in the description below and at the end of this video where you can see how to make this potato bread. But if you want, you can use your favorite gluten-free and vegan bread. I soaked each side of the bread for maybe 30 seconds, let them sit there and soak, and then I would flip them over, do the other side, and then I moved them to a separate plate. Since the butter had melted in the pan and the pan was warm, I placed the French toast pieces into the pan and I cooked them for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. As the first side was browning, I did spoon over a little extra French toast mixture. As you're cooking, if you need to add more butter, as I did, just feel free to do so. It does help with the browning process. So after about cooking for 2 minutes on the first side, I then flipped over the French toast to cook probably for about 3 minutes on the second side since I added that extra sauce. This pan looks a little hot, so you have to watch that. I think I turned it down a bit. After I cooked all the French toast pieces, I put them in the oven to keep them warm while I made my berry compote. To do this, I started with about 1 cup of fresh cleaned blueberries and about 1 cup of fresh cleaned and sliced strawberries. I placed the berries in a saucepan over the stove, and I added 1/4 cup of cane sugar. If you like it sweeter, you can add more. I then added about 1/2 cup of water and about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I added a slight pinch of salt to balance the sweetness, as well as about 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I then stirred everything together and I brought this mixture to a low boil and then turned it down to a simmer and cooked it for about 20 minutes, and I continuously stirred it throughout that time and making sure that it reduced and thickened. To serve this, I placed 2 pieces of French toast on a plate. I topped it with some warm berry compote. Now you can also let this cool in the refrigerator before adding. Then I topped it with some coconut whipped cream that I made. I'll leave a link in the description below to the recipe for this in another video, and also I'll leave it at the end of this video. If the berry compote is warm, the coconut cream is likely to melt. Just keep that in mind. This French toast is golden and lightly crisp on the outside. It has a rich custardy center, and the warm strawberry blueberry compote adds a bright and jammy sweetness that melts into the coconut whipped cream. It's perfectly balanced and it's indulgent. Check out these next videos if you want to learn how to make the actual gluten-free and vegan potato bread and the coconut whipped cream.